All right. So a little change of plans. My computer went into update. So I actually am on my phone because I can't get on my computer. So I don't even have my camera set up correctly. But we're just going to go with it because it was just supposed to be a quick little thing on scroll saw blades. I'm getting a lot of questions from newbies that are starting to scroll. And it was actually the biggest thing for me when I started to scroll. Hey, Tim. Was I didn't know. I thought that the blades I got with had gotten a Ryobi. I thought that the blades that came with my Ryobi that I had gotten were like, that's what you had. I didn't know that there was a ton of different options of blades, and it really did affect how I scroll saw. So I wanted to jump on. I'm sorry I'm on my phone. Seriously, computer updated like right before I was supposed to get on. So here we are. But this is going to be quick. I just want to go over some blades just because I keep getting messages about them. And I figured it would be a good one to go over. I did start with my Ryobi when I started scroll sawing 5 months ago. It did take pinhead blades, which are these little blades that have like this little, let me see if I can, this little pinhead on the top. Now, the problem with these pinhead blades, you see that right there? Let me see if I can get a little closer, is that you have to drill a hole that is big enough to fit these pins into. Well, there goes all the detailed patterns that you can do because most detailed patterns have a way smaller hole than that pinhead does. So if you want to do just basic cuts with no detail, then you can use a pinhead. Would not recommend this, but some saws only take them. So you are very limited when you have a pinhead saw. And then there is, I have Olson's, Pegasus, Flying Dutchman. I have tried every blade. Hey, John. John actually told me to try spirals. So I did try spirals, which are the blades that I use right now. Hey, John. Another John. Hey, Russ. Let me go back to where I was with the pinheads. So they also have straight blades that are just flathead on the top, which you can use for detail. The problem I was having with these blades was that I was having a lot of tear out in the back of my portraits. So I researched and found out that if you use a alter reverse blade, then it creates less tear out in the back of your work. So I went to the alter reverse Flying Dutchman, and I still use these. So I saw with both spirals and flat blades. I actually, in between my portraits, I do little fretwork pieces like this. And I do them in between my portraits with straight flat blades because most of my portraits, I do use a spiral. It makes me be able to do a bigger piece with a spiral. And so I try to become a better scroller. So I do these little pieces in between my portraits with my flat blades because I tend to always go towards spirals to make sure that I'm keeping up with my skills, I guess you could say. So that's the difference between a regular straight blade and then the alter reverse. And the alter reverse will have, well, these ones, they have two that go down and then one that goes up. And that's what helps with the tear up. Let's see, spirals. So I tried the Pegasus spirals. For me, my pieces are really big. And so one wrong move or like try to slide it in and it hits the wood at all, these ones were snapping. So I went through like packages and packages of them and I was not impressed. So then I ordered Flying Dutchman spirals. And these are my go-to blade. I usually use a 2.0 or a 3.0 are like my go-to blades. But really, it's all about finding a blade that works for you, and then finding the size. So if you're new to this and you want to try different blades, I suggest getting like a variety pack of different sizes, because I never use like a variety pack has sevens in it. I never use the sevens. I always have the sevens left in it because I just don't ever touch the sevens, and the fives rarely. I really fell in love with the 2.0 and the 3.0. And I just tend to now just buy those separately. It's just, I think probably it is, but I don't want to say that because that's bad. I am a Flying Dutchman girl. I will use Flying Dutchman. And I know, and there's other blades out there too that work great, but I have really good luck with the Flying Dutchman. They don't break as easy. I can be a little rough because I am a bull in a china shop. So I can be a little more rough with my blades and they don't snap off. Let's see. I think that, yeah, so this was actually, I wanted to show you guys, you'll laugh. This was my first saw blade that I got with my thing. And I cut my whole M out. It also depends on the thickness. It does depend on the thickness of what size blade that you need to go bigger. I normally only cut 1/8 and 1/4. So for me, the 2 O's work fine for both. Hey Blair. So this was my first blade, and I actually did my whole M with this. My whole piece was like bouncing all over the table because I had no idea what I was doing. I couldn't get like, because it was a pinhead, so the holes in it, it was crazy. But I just suggest that you, if you're looking for a particular blade, that you buy a variety pack of different sizes in it, which is great because then you can do different size wood as well. Just until you feel comfortable, for me, I used all the different sizes until I found one that I felt really comfortable with, which ended up being the 2.0s. And I pretty much use them for everything now. Yeah, but see, those are too big for me, Engine Monkey. Yeah. So, yeah, it's just a matter of finding. But the biggest question that I had was a lot of people had the pinhead. And so it's just going to limit you onto how much detail you can get. Like for this elephant that I'm doing right now, pull these blades off. And I'll post a chart too on the sizes of wood for the size blades. There's a couple charts out there that they have. But these pinheads, there's no way that I would be able to drill a hole big enough and still keep my detail. So that's just why I really didn't like it. I tried shaving the pins off and everything when I first started, because I was like, how are you guys all doing this detailed work? I can't even get my thing. I have a huge drill press. And if you want to do super detailed, make sure that you get a micro drill bits. They're smaller than 1/16 even. And a lot of the patterns that are out there that are super detailed, if you're wanting to do detailed work, you're going to need smaller than 1/16 drill bit. But anyways, I just wanted to jump on and share a little bit about my blade experience because I've been getting a lot of questions on it. But I do mainly use spiral blades. I like the alter reverse blades for less tear out in my wood if I am using a straight blade. But I hope you guys have a good night, and I will be on later scrolling live after my computer actually restarts. All right, have a good night, you guys.